Oh, do the old Simpsons doctor laugh.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 297 of the JAR Media Podcast. It is the usual free today, coming at you live. Big thanks to the Patreons over at Patreon who help support the show and help make the audio versions possible. If you've got any questions, DM Alex.
Damn, yeah, that was a pretty good intro right there. That was a clean.
I'll take it.
That was a clean one. You did say the patrons, right?
What have you done?
As of this episode going live, though, the Shadow episode will be out to everyone who wasn't on the Patreon and got the whole week to enjoy it early. So you got to get on that, you know. You got to make the audio version possible. You got to unleash those 5-star ratings on iTunes.
Yeah, give us 1 star
Be
on
relentless.
iTunes.
Make fake emails. Make new accounts and
just
give
keep
us...
buying a new phone and just
get like 12 contracts at once.
Yeah. Just for those 5-star reviews.
Yeah, because they're the only reason I'm able to live not on the streets.
Mm-hmm. The only way I'm able to afford these sunflower seeds to make my weapons is through the JAR Media Patreon.
You can never use that now.
Yeah,
as a weapon. You just described it as a weapon. Now if someone breaks in and you clobber them around the eye...
The FBI is going to go through all my podcasts.
They already do.
It's MI6, actually.
No, it's the CIA.
It's actually the FCA.
The Federal Crime
Academy.
Did you say the number?
Yes, 297.
297?
Do you think I'm slacking here?
Episode 297.
Episode 297.
All JAR Media listeners will wind up in heaven. Huh?
Yeah.
Do you believe in God?
Of course I do.
I don't. I believe in myself.
I believe in your mom.
No, let's think laterally here.
Which god would be a MILF?
The elephant
There are
one.
millions of MILF gods.
Okay, give me one.
The elephant one.
Aphrodite.
Yeah.
Okay, I will check. Will 34 tonight prove you on that one?
Yeah, man.
What about Zavirax?
Romulus was a bit of a MILF as well.
What about Thor's mum from the Avengers?
Healer.
Do you know what the biggest problem with the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies?
The fact that Tom Holland's in it.
Aunt May.
MILF. She's too young.
May.
All they talk... her only impact in those movies is, damn, she's kind of hot, bro.
It's lame, isn't it?
Yeah, and then she dies. Oh. Everyone's seen it. And then she dies and she's like, with great power comes a juicy boosie. And it's like...
Jon Favreau goes...
Yeah, and it's like, but everyone... Her purpose in the films was to be a MILF.
Yeah, it's kind of implied like history, isn't it? It's kind of... What, were they scared to try and... We can't do the Sam Raimi thing again. She's got this time... What's the inverse?
Yeah,
of the old kind
what
lady?
fresh angle can we take? Well, it's Marvel, so let's just make everyone, like, just mad horny.
Teacher is in and ready to instruct. Know what that means?
No. What does it mean?
That means teacher is in and ready to instruct the housekeeping segment, where I'm gonna teach you how to make your own. What weapon is this?
A ting fork.
Yeah, one of those ting forks. Yeah. Huh? Come on, guys. Bit of enthusiasm, yeah?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's round up some of the conversations then from the previous. Where's he going? Oh, he's opening the door. He's a bit hotbot. Maybe if you weren't wearing your fucking shoes, you'd be cool like me. You can be cool like me. Watch out for that golden tail. That's danger.
I know. I've been watching it like a hawk.
Anyway, housekeeping. Come on. Stay on target. Stay on target.
Stay
Jim.
on target.
Stay on target. Don't get distracted by beep.
The woman.
Hmm?
The
Why
woman.
look at me like that.
You upset her now.
Good. Man, we got some people who are mad.
When have we never got that?
Why are they mad? What did we do? What did we even talk about?
So much. Like, how to break my game said, I love how James is extra aggressive in this episode. And you were.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what was going on last episode, but you wanted it to happen.
Why?
So this is the thing with JAR is the mood or what we experience during the day prior to recording kind of dictates the mood of recording. And last week, I was just going in and I just had no cares. And it's okay to just go in and rustle some jimmies. Don't know what I said that was like aggressive at all, but you know.
Well, Windows XP Autumn Wallpaper is a superior choice, said James was caught being inconsistent again. Good thing he forgets everything he said as soon as the cast is over, but Jarmy remembers.
No, that's an actual case that I come to a lot. I forget everything I say constantly. So when you've done 297 episodes, you can't remember anything you say in any of them.
Oh, yeah.
Because you actually drive yourself mad if you're constantly worrying about what you said.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you forget everything you say, you will live a happier life.
I completely agree.
Would you say that applies to just nature?
Well, yes and no, because in nature, the stuff you say doesn't really get recorded. But everything
does.
I say does get recorded.
On here?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you could say something to me and I'm like, whoa. And then you go off and forget about it, but I know you said it.
Well, the same thing that you say to me. But this is being listened to by people. They remember what I say. I don't remember what I say.
One day we're going to have to talk about the Snitch of JAR.
The Snitch of JAR?
Who?
What do you mean, off? I did. No. Bro, how many years has it been since this happened? Last year? Last year. We might as well tell it. Who actually cares? Is people going to get upset that we broke COVID rules? I mean, I've got nothing to lose here. Say it. You're the one who doesn't want to say it because your mum might get a bit angry.
My mum.
Come on, say it. Accuse me of being the snitch, the little snitchy bitch.
No, there's no accusations or condemnations. It's just the truth.
Go on then.
You're
Say
a
it.
snitch
Say
and
it.
a rat.
No, don't say it. Come on then, elaborate. Do it. Or do you want me to?
No, because you'll spin it in some bullshit. You'll
Okay,
make it
so in last
Wrong.
year during COVID
wrong. It was
lockdown,
2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 years ago during COVID lockdown, we couldn't see each other. I couldn't see them. They still saw each other because it's not fair like that.
You didn't though.
Yeah, sure.
I probably saw you more than I saw Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Do you remember I'd go for walks and like meet you near your house?
True. No, that is true. Okay. But anyway,
The lies are already coming out.
Yeah, you've
Okay,
got
no,
a
I just forget.
spin doctor over here.
I'm not spinning shit. I just forget. I forget that whole period of 2020. Basically, we as a group, JAR Media, decided to go to McDonald's. So
That was our first mistake.
that was our first mistake because a McDonald's burger isn't worth anything, let alone possible fines.
Yeah, it was the most expensive McDonald's ever.
It was the most expensive McDonald's. So
We didn't even get McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
the three of us and the partner of one of us got in a car. The Toyota Pisser.
Yeah,
The Toyota Yaris.
I forgot we took the Visa.
The Pisser.
It would have been around this time 2 years ago, because that's when I got my car.
We decided to take the Pisser to a trip to McDonald's. So at this time, there was rules in place that two households couldn't mix. They couldn't mix. And judging that I was from one household, Jamie was from another, and Alex was also another household. 3 households. So we went to McDonald's. Driving to Chippenham, fine. Absolutely fine. We get up, we start pulling up to this traffic lights, and in front of us was a police car. And I said to Jamie, slow down, we don't want to be seen. We get stopped by traffic lights, all's great. Driving to McDonald's. I'm sitting there going, this would be really funny if this is the time we get pulled over and caught.
We were joking about it the whole
way there.
Just imagine if we got pulled over. Just imagine.
So
laughing about it.
So here we are, literally 2 roundabouts away from McDonald's. We pass this roundabout, and then in the middle of roadworks, mind, blues and twos, police behind us. They're blues and twosing us. They're asking us to pull over. Jamie doesn't pull over.
It was right, like, on a roundabout. And there were mad roadworks at the time, and I'd never been pulled over before, and I'd been driving for like a month.
Yep.
I'd had the car about like 1 month, if that. So I freaked out and thought, okay, I'm just going to go to the car park.
It's safe. It's out of the way.
It's like a safe place. It's not going to disturb traffic.
Because it was a 2-lane road that was roadworks on one. So there was 1 lane. And there was nowhere to pull over that was safe. And the highway code is you have to pull off somewhere safe to cause possible accidents. So you driving around the roundabout and going in the car park is safer. I would say there's nothing wrong with you doing that.
But they thought you were doing a fucking runner.
Yeah, they thought I was doing a runner going about 50 miles per hour round a roundabout into a car park that's locked on the other end. Like, what an escape artist I am. Fucking.
So you pull up and they instantly reg their car in ahead of us so that there was no way for us to...
Yeah.
They tilt inwards.
Even though, like, if I wanted to, like, drive off, it would have been really easy.
Yeah, you've just gone...
Just turn the wheel to the left and then go forwards.
Mm-hmm. So they pulled off, instantly got out of their cars and rushed to the windows, and like started questioning us.
But you didn't mention the fucking guns.
No, this is the thing.
That didn't happen yet.
They start questioning us.
And the immediate question is like, why didn't I pull over immediately? And I was explaining to them. And I was fucking like freaking out.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, it's immensely stressful being pulled over. And
I've yet to experience being pulled over.
The stone-faced cops are nasty. They play like mind games with you.
Yeah, and they're loving that power surging through. They know. Or you can like feel their energy.
They're like pre-coming.
Yeah, basically.
And they walk up to the window and he's like asking me this shit, and he gets me to take the keys out. He gives them to him and then he puts them on the roof of the car, so like I can't start the car or anything.
At the same time, their hands were actually on guns.
No, because then it turns out they'd called for backup.
But this
to catch the pisser, catch the fucking pisser in the middle of COVID.
But this isn't just backup. This was armed response backup.
A huge van.
So as we're sitting there, as they're talking to us, a fucking van pulls up. Guy gets out with like a fucking MP5 strapped to his chest.
Yeah, and he's holding his gun. He's like a cowboy walking around my car, and I'm like, shit, if something goes wrong, like I could be dead. Like if they fuck up or if like I make a wrong move, I don't know.
So he walks over to the door you are on as well, and they're continuing to like.
He was a lot nicer, the gun guy.
Yeah.
The guy fucking armed to the teeth. He had like a rocket launcher on his back and shit. And he was quite nice, and like I think that guy immediately clocked that this wasn't shit. Like you look at me, you know, like the baby faced fucking like I got ID'd for paracetamol the other day. You know, and this other cop is like determined to find something. He's like searching for fucking cocaine in my car and shit.
Didn't they have the dogs? They had the dogs.
I don't think they had dogs. They just had the armed response. But that's not all. But by the time the vans got here and the armed response got, another car's pulled up as well. So we're talking 3 police cars, one of which is an
Probably
armed
about
response
50
van.
grand's worth of taxpayers' money. Just like that.
Within seconds, and we're all sitting there like shitting ourselves in the pisser, and then they start asking us what we're doing.
Yeah, and I immediately answer going to McDonald's. He's like, was that an essential trip? And I was like, I was hungry. But I'm saying this shit like the biggest pussy, you know, like because I was freaking out. I was like, I'm hungry, man.
While we were literally next to the McDonald's, we'd made it. We actually made it to McDonald's.
Yeah,
and
I parked as close to McDonald's as I possibly could when being pulled over.
And I want to say that that month, me and you had been to McDonald's because that was when it was safe. And there was the rules weren't in place, and we went to McDonald's every day. So we were actually in the car park every day witnessing loads of people breaking the rules in the car park. Our whole family's like 6 people in a single car going to McDonald's. So we'd been like, there's clearly no fucks given.
That's also my whole thing of why I feel absolutely no guilt about this, is that while this shit was happening in Downing Street, they were literally having parties like every damn day.
It was literally, when...
This exact era, 2020, like, kind of near Christmas.
And
So... we're there, and then they as you said, you told them we were going to McDonald's, and then the question got asked of households. You continue here.
Well, I told a little white lie.
We had a plan.
Yeah.
To be honest, we only had this plan once we realised we were getting pulled over. It was like,
No. We talked about what we'd actually
we did actually, because when we were joking about getting pulled over, we were like, we'll just say we're from the same house.
Yeah, which is why you're a rat. and there's no way they could have disproved, because, I mean, in my memory, it was true, you know?
Yeah. I was ready.
So...
there's multiple layers to here. There's multiple layers here, because when a policeman asks you for like your identification and whatnot, on your driving license is your registered address. The registered address has to be 100% up to date, otherwise it's against the law. So if you've moved house and your driving license says the wrong address on it, that you
But again,
it's like
that's
against the law.
easily like
you can dip around that. I mean, yeah, you can.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like I was living in this house during the period like into COVID, you know. I was staying here, and while I was here, lockdown happened, so I've been staying until it eases off.
I've been trapped. Yeah,
easy peasy, white lie, avoiding any fines. James immediately, like before he's even asked, James is like, "Hello, officer. I'm from a different household."
No.
I remember turning and being like,
No, listen, okay, because there was more layers to this, because this was the house we were going to lie and staying in was this house, Alex's house. Alex, your partner, was staying here, but at the same time, her registered address wasn't this house. So that was another issue we had. So, but I see you two could totally get away with it because that's a lie.
She didn't even have ID on it. So
yeah.
But the case is we had to supply our driving licenses, and on my driving license was my actual address. And I know with the police that if you just try to lie, you make a bigger issue for yourself if they catch you out. So being a good citizen...
A good citizen, a fucking little piggy's plaything.
Boris's little munch.
Yeah. The £400 they got from us probably bought bottles of champagne.
Yeah, they probably spent that in one run, like one MP run to the local Tesco.
Yeah.
For one of their parties.
Or for one curtain for Boris's.
one bit of like 2 meters squared of fucking wallpaper.
So, as the policeman asked for our identification, I literally just said, I've not been in the household. I ratted myself out. and just gave my ID because on my driving license is my address, and I was just like, "Yep, there you go. We've been caught. So I was just, I went the Paragon way, and I just let them know the truth.
No, not Paragon.
So that was me. I was in the dirt there. I was going to be fined.
No,
I was going to be fined, no way. But you two could still lie,
I did still lie.
and you got caught.
No, I didn't get caught. The only reason we got fined was because you had confirmed that you were from another household.
But this is the thing.
And
Do
two
you
household-
think they were going to believe the lie?
How could they have proven it otherwise? What are they going to do? Right, we're going to follow you home, see where you live.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
No, they
in which
literally
case you could have
can't.
just pulled up here and just come in my house and that.
I
we were all
and
in the
in
same car.
that moment, I rationally thought about where this could go, and I decided.
Isn't that the inverse though? Because where could it have gone?
Yeah.
I think
no,
we would have been caught either way.
How?
What could they have done?
Like what they gonna ask? Well, that's the thing. What are they gonna ask? What were they gonna ask? Like, I've been living with these two, and it's like, oh, so 4 people have been living in the same house. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's normal.
It's a 4-bedroom house.
I ratted myself out.
You ratted all of us.
us.
You threw us all under the bus. So, in conclusion,
No.
James owes me
am I
£150.
Am
on
I
top of
wrong? No, fuck off. Am I wrong for actually just doing the right thing? Because at the end of the day,
it's wrong for calling it the right thing. Because
Yeah,
the whole
why is it
thing
the right
is-
thing?
I'm just a figure of
I
speech.
understand you're taking like the way you see it is that you'd already lost,
Yeah, we were gonna be fucked anyway.
so you gave up.
And that's what I'm saying. Whereas I see it more after they whipped out all of this manpower in order to get this car pulled over, they had to justify why the fuck they did it.
Yeah, it looks good for the report.
Yeah, no, they were desperate. They had cars everywhere. They were like,
Yeah, we were surrounded.
we
and
have to justify
all through
this
the-
amount of police
Mhm.
presence,
Mhm.
and like we need someone to make an example out of in order to.
Yeah, and it worked because we never did it again. Even though like every time I went through Chippenham afterwards, no police in sight. It was just that one fateful night, and the part that I hate the most about my memory of this story was when it was all done. They'd like told us we're being fined and stuff.
They took all of our. This isn't where I start because your partner got harassed by the policeman
Yeah,
because she couldn't give her ID.
Yeah, he was like, "Why didn't you bring your ID to McDonald's then?"
Yeah, and it's like,
what?
I wasn't planning on getting a rum and coke. Fucking McDonald's, twat. He was being a prick.
Yeah,
He was.
No, he was totally abusing his power.
Because this is the thing. Because a woman policeman was asking me stuff.
Yeah, and she asked me too, and she was totally chill.
Yeah, she was fine. She was just like, "What's your address? Like, what's your name for the fine
Yeah.
or whatever?" And it was like, chill. But then this man,
it's because he was doing that. He thought he could like, make her break and fuck admit all.
Yeah, and it worked on you. You got broken.
yeah,
I double, triple, quadruple down. And I genuinely think they'd have no grounds to push any further.
Yeah.
You know? They can't come and check the house. You know?
Because it wasn't. It wasn't like breaking the law.
But what
Well, no,
if?
it wasn't a law.
No, but it was
like
a
new
law.
rules.
It was a rule in place.
But it's not like we have criminal records now, though.
No.
It was like a special extraneous circumstance type event,
Mhm.
which is now, especially with now time has passed, proven to just be like a whole fucking farce joke.
Yes.
Basically, we were robbed of £400.
No, but that wasn't all. We were robbed of £800 because the fine was 200, and if you paid it quickly, it was 100.
Mhm.
Oh, one of those. No, but I was just thinking.
So
they were
really,
like-
it's equivalent to like a speeding ticket or a parking offence,
Kind of, yeah.
like parking on double yellows.
Mm.
And again, a classic quote from someone probably quite smart. It's only a punishment for people who don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
A £100 fine to Boris when he had to pay out for his breaking.
They paid
of the
like 50
rules.
anyway.
Yeah, they paid less than us
Yeah.
for a much bigger breach of the rules. They paid
The
less.
people who were writing the
the
law.
people making the rules who broke them more than us had to pay less and can afford it more.
and could abuse it more. Yeah.
So that whole system does not work.
Mm-hmm.
But the bit I was getting to, my least favourite part about my memory of this story, was at the end. They told us we're being fined, blah blah blah, big bummer. They're like, you better not go to McDonald's now. And I mean, thinking about it now, I should have, because like I've already been fined. You can't fine me again now.
Yeah.
But I didn't. But as I was driving away, I went, thank you.
Oh, did you?
Like the
Shit.
biggest fucking bitch.
Yeah. No, but that's just like on autopilot. That's just what you do.
Yeah, because they were like, you can go now. So I was like, thank you, officer.
Mm.
See, no, the thing here is when your first experience of being pulled over by the police, you don't know what to expect. So the way you deal with it is just pure reaction, because this is your first experience. If I knew it was going to play out like that, I would have gone along.
No, it's easy to say now, bro.
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20, bro.
Hindsight is, but I'm the one who's probably going to be pulled over next, and I'm not going to get pulled over because I'm just going to make a one for it. I'm just going to dart.
You'll have the gun van on you.
A gun van can't outrun a law, bro.
That was crazy because it's like even like worst case scenario in that instant. How could you justify that amount of force?
Why do you need a gun van during COVID?
What are you looking? Are you looking for coke runners? What are you looking for?
Yeah, I don't know if it was like weed that they were after. Like,
Do you think that's what they were trying to get on multiple things? Oh, we smell something in the car, and it's
fuck knows.
That would have been an even funnier story that like we actually got taken to prison, like to the police station, because they thought we were like doing drugs or something in the pisser while trying to get a Big Mac.
No, but I was like on the drive home. I was like laughing because I was picturing the image of going straight from the cops into the queue for the drive-through. Like, what do you think they would have done if like you got wedged in the middle of the drive-through queue, and then they started leaving and spotted you in the queue? Like, what do you think they would have done?
I wonder if they could have fined us again for an inessential trip. Because that was a thing, wasn't it? You were only allowed to go on essential trips.
Yeah.
But my justification was it was gone like 10 o'clock. I was like,
everything
shops
closed.
are closed.
Yeah.
This is the only place I can get food. I finished work late.
Yeah, and the car park, the McDonald's car park was full of people.
This is what I mean. Everyone was going to McDonald's because everyone knew that was the loophole. You could literally just go to McDonald's
Yeah,
and you'll
why
be fine.
have it open?
Yeah.
Why have it open if you can't make essential trips and you're going to pull people over for just that? Why is it open?
Mm. Yeah, that was wacky.
Give us your thoughts. Was INS a snitch? Did I?
You were a snitch, and I think deep inside yourself, you know it.
I know it, but what else was I supposed to do? I cracked.
Exactly what I did.
I couldn't commit to a lie when I knew deep down it was not true. You know me. You know I can't lie for shit.
That's true.
True.
Do you think the policeman who's probably dealt with loads of people who lie is going to look at me giggling and be like, no, he's gonna...
No, but they can only go off what you say.
Mm.
That would have been even funnier.
Because as soon as I saw they started tailing us, I like put my hood up and put my mask like totally covering my face.
No, because you said as soon as they thing, we were like, put your mask on, boys, put your mask on.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend was like freaking out, and it was just like, are we actually getting pulled over? And it was just like, I found it really funny.
We shouldn't have put masks on.
Why?
They made it way more suspicious. If we were in a house together, we're not going to be wearing fucking masks around.
No, but then it was also like, it was just a weird situation.
Yeah, it was weird. But I've learnt my lesson. Next time,
I've not learnt mine.
I can honestly say, hand to heart, I learned nothing from that whole thing. Nothing.
Yeah.
In fact, it just made me hate the police more.
Yeah, it made me hate the government more.
Yeah, it made me hate the existence of fines. It's like, Give me a slap or something. Slap me around the face.
Yeah, I would have preferred that if they just lined us up and were like, right, now you get your coat,
yeah,
you
like
get your
the Three
COVID slap.
Stooges.
Yeah. Yeah, they take their glove off and just go.
Yeah. No, but that's like nobody likes being slapped. Rich people don't like being slapped. I mean, some
Yeah.
people like being slapped.
Well, yeah.
But
Okay,
poor and rich, that's equal.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 slaps.
It's all
like,
disrespectful.
one on
A
each cheek.
slap is disrespectful.
Mm.
Yeah. Or maybe they spit in your eye or something.
Yeah, depending on
I
the
think
So I
severity.
guess people were like that as well.
That's a much fairer punishment, though. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, they get
equal.
someone who has COVID to spit in your eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
They give you COVID as a lesson to them.
Shouldn't be out, should you?
This is what you're running from.
The COVID cops.
So
Yeah.
from this, obviously this was your first pulling over experience. Have you ever had any more?
Me, no. No, I'm not.
I have, well, kind of. I was in the car with someone who got pulled over. And honestly, that is what I learned. I did learn something from when I was pulled over. And it's like, just don't push it. I reckon if I'd have pulled over immediately, like just the instant their lights went on, and then we did our rigmarole, it would have been fine. I reckon the second I went round that roundabout, I fucked us.
Yeah, because then
They wanted to go in double because
then they had to justify the big gun van.
yeah, and they were obviously looking for it, and
they were literally sitting on the side of the road out of view.
there were cops on cops on cops. It was like a
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was literally anyone with a car full of people. Boom, get them, target them. Imagine we're the only one in like Wiltshire who actually got done for it.
But there's, yeah, but there's a problem also in Chippenham, in like the Sainsbury's car park with people doing stupid shit.
Yeah, boy races everywhere around there.
Yeah. So I
that
don't know.
roundabout, people drift there. We've literally seen people drift the roundabout.
Yeah. So I don't know if they had cops out for that sort of thing. But then it's like, why would the pisser get?
I've seen people pull up into that car park where we were harassed by the police, stand up outside his car, light a joint, smoke the whole thing, get back in his car and drive off in broad daylight. It wasn't even in the fucking evening.
Yeah.
No, but at the same time, what I found out is the day we got pulled over was when there was a local car meet that made the news that exact day.
Really?
In the
Maybe
same
that's why they were
area.
out.
Yeah,
They
in
were looking for
Chippenham.
boy races.
Yeah. So
And they
that's
saw the
why,
pisser and were like, we've got one.
because during COVID there was a big issue with car meets. Because everyone just wanted to go outside. So as soon as a bunch of cars got in a car park, open air, so actually there's no issue there because it's in the open. It was just like, fucking go, get everyone in the cars going out. And obviously, because the piss is a fucking cheap car, they basically are like, oh, they're from the meet because they're in a shit car, therefore we can get them done.
I reckon if we'd have gone in either of your cars, we wouldn't have been done.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Because we could have avoided, if we were in his car, we could have just seen the police and then laid down. Yeah. And it'd just be those two
It's
in
on
the car.
autopilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this
Crazy,
is the
crazy
thing.
time.
I've been driving 5 years now. Never been pulled over. The police don't even look at me. They don't even look at me. Even when I had my fast, my loud Mazda, my fast Mazda, and my current Lowell, I never got no attention to any of them. Ever. And I did a fair amount of illegal shit in all of them.
Well,
Buy Mazdas.
Yeah, the cops think you're an old lady.
Exactly.
man, you know what?
No.
I didn't really finish housekeeping, but I feel like we've talked enough where we don't really need to do more.
Well, yeah, because this subject's going to take up the housekeeping as everyone unsubscribes and gets disappointed in us for breaking COVID rules. But it's the thing, like, everyone broke COVID rules.
Did they?
Everyone I know has broken COVID rules.
No, but by and large, we were really good. All three of us.
Yeah, that
Really
was the
good when
worst
it
one
came
by
to
far.
COVID.
Yeah.
I never did anything else like that.
Yeah, not even close to anything like that.
I literally sat
And it was
in my
like-
room all of COVID playing COD and getting pissed.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
We literally
And
did nothing else.
This one time we're like, you know what, can't do this shit anymore. Just need to like, fuck it. Let's
No, because we were at the
see
point
each
where
other.
we were starved of actual interaction.
Yeah.
It was fucking miserable. So going to McDonald's for one day and getting caught is like not even a fucking issue.
Well,
It's
clearly
2
it was for
fucking
someone.
years
Yeah.
of garbage,
A collective trauma.
collective trauma.
Yeah. Around the world.
Yeah,
Everyone
has this weird. Yeah, it says the more time that is like we're having after it, the crazier it seems. That period.
Because stuff is
Also,
coming
I-
out about it.
Also, I miss playing Half-Life Alyx.
Mm.
And it was the perfect time to play it. I think Valve might have created COVID. Because they like release Half-Life Alyx. Oh, suddenly pandemic, everybody's got to stay inside. What the hell are you going to do? I bought a VR headset. I bought Half-Life Alyx.
I feel like there are game publishers that would think of doing something like that.
Yeah.
Releasing a virus to try and boost game sales. But,
Activision, perfect time to play Cold Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Last thing I'll say then before we break here.
Yeah.
You guys were confused by me using the word schmooze last episode. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You were like, what's that?
Yeah.
That's not real.
It's not real.
But HW said schmooze. Talk with someone in a lively and friendly way, typically in order to impress or manipulate them. It's a good time to put yourself forward to network and to schmooze.
Yeah.
What?
Snoozing.
You
I'm
seriously
going to
haven't
have
heard
a
that
snooze.
before?
Ew, I'm going to schmooze some people tonight. Bullshit, mate.
Yeah, load of shit.
You think I made it up or something?
You did make it up or
You
something.
make a lot of things up, like filth.
Liz Truss needs to get a bit better at schmoozing, am I right?
It's a bit late for that, bruv.
That's what I'm saying.
James, pull my finger. Wait, hang on.
We'll see after these.
Yeah.
Bye, Bear Bear. Bye, Bear Bear.
I do declare, bye, Bear Bear.
Bear shirts and mug available now. Check the description below. And when my beep went
Do you know what came out today?
What?
Gotham City Knights.
Shit.
It did, didn't it? It looks lame. It's got like a Destiny loot system.
You know what? I was
Idiots.
like, I was
fuck are they
thinking.
thinking?
I was thinking like, you know what? Might get that game, and then they did like, then you can get an upgraded shoulder piece for the Red Hood. It's like, fuck off. No.
Yeah, you killed the whole game, you idiots.
Yeah,
You dumb idiots.
All they need is good gameplay. Literally fucking all they need is.
all they need is good gameplay and maybe like a tree. Like the Arkham games,
Yeah.
sort of like
Just
little
Arkham,
abilities you get throughout the game just to freshen it a bit.
Oh,
That's literally it. That's literally it, bro.
yeah. I don't know who developed that game.
Rockstar do.
No, it wasn't Rockstar.
No, it's the ones
They're
that
doing
did
the
Arkham
Suicide
Origins, isn't it?
It is them. It is that. God, they haven't released a game since Arkham Origins.
They might have done like Dirt Rally or something.
I don't think they have released anything since that. Your mom's rally. Welcome to the second half of the cast, where we answer questions from the JAR Media subreddit. Go there to the suggestion thread and ask us whatever you feel like, just like Review Tech Brooklyn 99 did, who says, "Attention, this is an urgent matter regarding the identity of the JAR Media podcast. James is introducing so many casts nowadays, which we all love, to be fair. So the name JAR Media Podcast has been a lot more normalized instead of JARCast within the confines of my brain. Will the JAR boys hold James accountable for this, or maybe change the name to better fit the new James regime? Bear Bear Smack."
Wait, what? I enjoy it as a JAR Media podcast.
Yeah.
It says up there JAR Media Posdact.
Yeah, I thought that's what the
Which
name
is it?
was.
I thought it was the Yogs.
I thought it was the Dream Lounger.
Wait, I did have a bunch of topics, but we've been going a while because of the snitch story. But I suppose there's one we should talk about, which is the @ handle. We can pull back the curtain and talk about this for a little minute.
What?
Well, we had a huge internal debate about YouTube's been sending out emails like, "Hey man,
I got one.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing this new feature called Handles.
Epic.
That's being rolled out in the coming months. You can reserve your handle. It's kind of like a Twitter @.
Epic.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't have @JAR Media Podcast because that was taken. So we had to get creative.
Why wasn't it @JARCast?
Yeah.
I think that was taken as well, or something. Or it was more along the lines of need humour.
Need humour.
Need a bit of humour in here.
Need humour.
So that
I
hence
need
that
my new
was, there
flavour
was,
of the week.
there was like a vote on the Twitter, right? It was quite a non sequitur, but I was just curious what people thought. It was 3 options: @Yogs, @Dream Lounge, and @Humans Born Fresh. Jim was really keen about Humans Born Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted it to be @Humans Born Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And I was torn because I really loved that idea as well. But James correctly pointed out that Yogs just makes more sense. @Yogs. Short, easy to say, simple, is a deep cut reference. The Yogs, @Yogs. But Jim, he keeps bringing it up as if he's kind of genuinely angry that we went with Yogs.
I wouldn't say angry, I'd say upset. I'm just thinking of...
What's your problem with Humans Born Fresh, James?
What's your problem with Humans Born Fresh?
Because it's the flavour of the week. Alex has these ideas and he has these new things, but they all have a sell-by date. And
no, but having to bind yourself to one of these makes it funnier. Because then it stops, like, it's the normalization of Humans Born Fresh.
I don't
just
like
start saying
Humans
it.
Born Fresh. It's not funny and it's not
It's
cool.
funny, no, 'cause
name.
I'm thinking of like a baby being born with like one of those like silver shiny puffer jackets and like
Drip.
and some like
Bart
Air Jordans or
Simpson
whatever.
wearing Supreme.
Yeah,
That's what I picture.
yeah, but more like Maggie,
Maggie.
Maggie wearing Supreme and stuff. Like looking kind of fresh today.
Yeah.
That's a funny concept to me, like a dripping baby.
That's a funny concept to me too, but how the fuck does it relate to like anything that we talk about or do?
But it would be.
How?
And also how would you not be able to find that?
Because it's like, come on, like you're like, follow us on Twitter @4funnies and also @Humans Born Fresh on
Yeah.
YouTube.
No,
It's
but
too much.
it's not.
No, like pretend, like just roleplay. Pretend that like you're saying that, like, you know.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the JAR Media Slobjack. You can now, using the new feature on YouTube, search via our @ Humans Born Fresh. Who's gonna mistake that for anything else? Who's gonna have a name similar to Humans Born Fresh? We know for a fact Yogs has something similar because we just stole it from someone else.
No, but here's the thing. We don't need to be this fucking moral high horse and be this super creative, innovative YouTube channel. We can just...
It's not about creativity or innovation. It's about...
No, but this is the thing. That we don't need to be good. We can be bad. And just getting clicks from someone else's success is okay. So @Yogs is
nobody's
good.
going to search @Yogs because if the
No, 'cause they're gonna
Yogscast are
type-
coming out with some fresh content, they're going to be saying like Yogscast, @Yogscast.
No, but then someone will type in Yogs, and then ours will pop up, and underneath it will say Yogscast, and that's a valuable revenue. From a revenue an economical point of view.
Well, you know what? Not everything in the world is about economics, James.
Everything's about economics.
Not everything.
Humans born fresh. Yeah, unique.
Humans born fresh, and I think the capacity for success of humans born fresh, the threshold is far higher than yours.
Well,
If it's that big, we can still make it.
Yeah, we can just make a humans born fresh shirt.
No, I'm gonna make my own channel.
That's the name of this episode, though. That was written in the stars months ago.
Humans born
Humans
fresh.
born.
Yeah, I've had it written in the thingy for like ages.
I just think that we can just take someone else's views. It's easier.
Stickermap actually replied to that saying, James has always been right about JAR Media Podcast rolling off the tongue better, and it's a bit less awkward sounding when us Yanks say it.
JAR Media Podcast.
No, it is weird
that
when
sounds
Americans say
awkward
JARcast.
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 Yeah, because we say JARcast.
Right, it's the fucking JARcast here.
Hello, everybody. It's the JARcast.
It's the humans born.
The JAR Media Podcast.
Follow us at Humans Born Fresh. Or say Humans Born Fresh in an American accent.
Humans born fresh.
Humans Born Fresh. See, that works. Americans can't say yogs. Yogs.
At Yogs.
Yeah,
At humans
Yogs.
born fresh.
Howdy,
but-
yogs.
The Yogscast isn't American. It's English.
Yeah, but
So
our
yogs.
primary viewer base
It's actually England. It's actually
It's
England.
England and America pretty evenly, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but that means that we're British, so therefore we fucking.
God, it's like being back on Xbox Live.
What?
I'm human born fresh. Well, no, I'm Yogs.
I
just
want to be a human born fresh.
I made the best Xbox account, so.
Peachy.
Yeah, so look out for people were replying to the tweet like, "Oh, I've been searching at Yogs and it's just not coming up. Like, what the hell?
It's not out yet. Stop being stupid and just let it be. Give it time. These things take time.
Let it be.
I don't
Let
think.
it be. Let it be.
What?
Or let it be. Humans born so freshly. Let it be.
Stop.
Love E Tap has one for you, James. On episode 149,
Why?
149. That's fucking 150 episodes ago. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
James James claimed
Oh
that
my
he
God.
would never grow a beard because his facial hair is ginger, and he wouldn't ever grow his hair out because the tips become blonde. What the fuck? Thoughts?
No, my. So, the second half of that sentence is not true because I actually go grey. I have a lot of grey hair there, as you can see. Do you want to do a check, Alex? What hair's there?
Let me just
Analyze.
Yeah, I can see some grey.
I'm going grey. Cool. I want to go grey, and I do have ginger facial hair though, but I still have facial hair because it was destiny.
See?
It wasn't destiny. It was influenced by people beyond your contraception.
Yeah.
You just needed a couple of humans who were born fresh to tell you what's up.
Exactly.
So fucking true.
We've talked about the beard, and we know that was a good choice. But it is ginger. When it goes long.
I'm doing the hair one now, though. I'm gonna try grow it like as long as humanly possible.
You're gonna marge it,
I'm gonna merge it.
or are you gonna marg it?
You should definitely trim it though.
I can't. No, that's what you have to commit to.
There.
Yeah, I might do that, but like, the idea is if you're growing your hair out, there's always an awkward phase. You're gonna have a difficult period.
Yeah, so when you go,
Are you gonna be like hippie locks sort of thing?
Yeah, I'm going in.
Are you gonna perm it?
It's already permanent.
No. If you're going all in, you've got to use this opportunity to mullet you.
Yeah, start off.
I'm still not. I've seen so many mullets about.
No, listen. We can do it for one episode because when you eventually cut it long and you're ready to go back to the hair you like, we can mullet it, and then we just cut the west, and then you go back to square one.
What if Alex decides that he prefers it long?
Well, then
My
we'll mullet
logic,
it
yeah,
anyway.
'cause my logic was for winter. I might as well
Yeah.
just grow it out.
It's like having a
Get a bit
beard. It
warm.
makes you warmer.
Yeah, exactly.
It might cause issue in the shower department.
It does add time to that, and you have to
Yes.
use more like shampoo and poo
Yes.
or whatever.
Poo?
Yeah, the gloppy plop.
Yeah, you gotta use the gloppy pop. So you guys can decide if you want me.
Why?
Mullet.
There's,
you have
there's,
the mallet.
there's two more potentially,
Okay.
but this last one's kind of an anecdote.
Okay, prove
It's
it.
pretty. It's the longest anecdote ever written in.
Okay then.
Yeah. Do you want me to do it? Yeah. I can do it.
Mullet.
But it's in response to Jim's surprise story of shitting himself.
Oh yes. Shit story.
Yeah, ready? Okay. So Daddy D Rock has this fucked up story. For the sake of humility, I've decided to take a page from Jamie's book and detail the time that I once shat myself in a grocery store as an adult. This is not your standard tale of mistaking a shit for a fart. Unfortunately, it's far more sinister and complex than that. This happened several years ago when it was in my early 20s. I was driving back home from work one evening around 8 when I started to feel the rumbling in my stomach. It started off as being mildly uncomfortable, but it slowly began to get worse and worse.
I'll do an introduction here. Introduction. As we all know, when you have that actual rumbling feeling, it's not shit. That's fucking diarrhea. That's always the fart shit explosion just bubbling away.
Building.
And if you don't go quickly, from my own experience, that shit just fucking launches out your ass.
Well, yeah.
You've got to fucking... If you feel that rumble... Because I was sitting there, one day playing like Apex or, Cyberpunk or whatever, and I felt the rumbling and I was like, oh, damn, that's a bit rumbly. So I got up out of my shed, went to the house, got into the bathroom, instantly right there, fucking diarrhea launched. The toilet was covered in shit at the moment I sat down.
Fucking hell.
But I'm just saying, if you get the rumbles, seek toilet immediately.
Eventually it reached a point when I was racing to get home because I knew a mud butt explosion was inbound. Time seemed to slow down, and a short drive home soon felt like it was taking an eternity. Before I knew it, I was on the verge of full explosion. There was no containing it. At this point, I realized there was no way I'd be able to make it home in time without shitting myself. I had to find the nearest bathroom as quickly as humanly possible. I abruptly pulled into a nearby grocery store, packed my car, and headed inside. I immediately made a beeline for the nearest bathroom. Once I got into the men's room, I headed towards the stall. It was unoccupied, yet had been locked from the inside, making it impossible to open the door. So I tried the next stall, but it was the same thing. Some asshole had locked them both from the inside. I was on the verge of bursting at any moment, so I began to panic. I knew I'd have to take drastic measures. I didn't want to use the women's room and potentially cause a scene, so I decided that I would have to just shimmy under the opening in the stall door. This required me to get down on the bathroom floor, lay on my back, and force myself under the opening. Needless to say, it was a pretty unpleasant experience. But unfortunately, what happened next was even more unpleasant. The squeeze was pretty tight, and I had to be pretty forceful to get myself underneath the door. The simultaneous action of contorting my body in such a way, combined with the force of the stall door squeezing my stomach, caused me to instantly and uncontrollably unload in my pants. This was not a minor explosion either. It was a full-on Mount Vesuvius level of shit spewing out my asshole into the entirety of my underwear and pants. The horrible realization slowly set in. I had shit myself, and now found myself in a dire predicament. I decided to clean myself off as best as I could before going back out into the store. I looked down to examine the damage, and I saw a massive shit explosion stain covering the entirety of the inside of my underwear and pants. This was exacerbated by the fact that I was wearing khaki pants at the time. I knew that it would be borderline impossible to fully cover up the aftermath. Nevertheless, I spent a few minutes using what toilet paper I could to wipe up the shit from the underwear and pants. I must have used almost an entire roll. I soon realized that I would have to abandon the underwear altogether. There was absolutely no salvaging them, so I tossed the shit-covered undies into a nearby trash can. I knew I was now in an even more precarious spot, because the door leading into the bathroom didn't have a lock. Somebody could walk in at any moment and see me, dick out, brandishing a shit-stained pair of khaki pants. So I dragged the trash can across the floor and used it to barricade the door as best I could. However, I knew it wouldn't hold, so I would have to act quickly. I ran to the nearby sink and desperately began using soap and water in an attempt to remove the shit stain from my khaki pants. All the while, I was praying that nobody tried to come into the bathroom while I was doing all of this. This was probably the tensest few moments of my entire life. In all, I probably spent at least 15 minutes trying to clean the pants, but to little avail. Fortunately, nobody came in during this whole time. After doing what I could, I looked at myself in the mirror. The shit stain was still abundantly obvious on the back of my pants. The shit had completely bled through. There was a good number of people in the store at this time, so if I walked out in my current state, I'd be extremely humiliated. I had to think fast. After some experimentation, I managed to turn the pants around backwards and pull them up as high as humanly possible. This way I could hopefully cover up the shit stain with my shirt and nobody would notice.
Oh, wait, that means he put the shit stain by his cock.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Where was I? Yeah. Notice. Even after doing this, you could still see the shit stain pretty easily. However, I realized if I took my shirt and held it down with my hands as I walked, I could mostly cover it up to where it wouldn't be as noticeable. Under the circumstances, it was the best I could do. The clock was ticking. I knew that I would soon have to make a break for it and get out the store as quickly as humanly possible. I mentally prepared myself and decided to just go for it. I came out the bathroom holding my shirt down as much as I possibly could. I began walking towards the store's exit. I probably looked stupid as hell, but it was better than exposing my shit-covered pants to everyone in the store. I did my best to not arouse suspicion as I walked across the store. My goal was to be discreet, yet move as quickly as I possibly could without drawing attention to myself. The rush of adrenaline... Wait, where was it? It just moved around. Yeah, the rush of adrenaline and nervous energy was overwhelming. I was incredibly anxious that somebody would somehow notice the giant stain on the front of my pants, even though the spot was mostly covered up by my shirt at this point. It was the longest walk of my entire life. Somehow I made it to the exit unmolested. Miraculously, no one seemed to notice the stain of shame I was hiding beneath my shirt. I had made it. I was home free. To make the rest of the story short, I sprinted back to my car and drove home, filled with the feeling of utter shame and defeat. My car smelled like actual shit for nearly a whole day afterwards. Later on that night, I tried to wash the khaki pants, but they were completely ruined. I had to throw them out. But at least I survived to tell the tale, and I'm still here today. I didn't tell any of my friends about this ordeal until many years later. I was pretty embarrassed about it at the time, but now I think it's pretty funny. It just goes to show that shitting your pants as an adult can happen to anybody, even you. So to anyone who has endured similar hardships, I want you to know that you're not alone. Godspeed, gentlemen. Long live JAR.
Okay, so a few questions pop up. Was there a disabled toilet? Because that is instantly, if you need a shit and the males or females is busy, you just got to go into the disabled. I don't think that there's any like stigma against doing that. If you need a shit, you need to shit. Secondly, why did you try to squeeze yourself under when you could have climbed over? Because, yeah, you might have to pull yourself up and then you might have shit fire explosion either way in the pull-up.
Yeah, I think he was fucked, to be honest.
He definitely was fucked.
No,
I think less pressure on the stomach might not cause you to shit yourself.
I wouldn't even risk. I'd shit in my car.
He could have... a nasty option he could have taken is... he could have pushed that bin in front of the door and actually just done a shit on the floor.
And surprise, men do that, as we've experienced in Cabot Circus.
Yeah.
But here's another thing. Do it into the sink or the urinal.
Yeah, shit in the urinal. I have been to a toilet where someone has just shit in the urinal.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we talk about dignity, so squatting on the floor and shitting on the floor, or leaning over and into the urinal. Like, either way, it's gross either way, but...
I feel like it's grosser to shit in the urinal.
Then what?
But at least with the
shitting just straight on the floor.
But at least with the sink, you
It's
can
easier
wash
to
your own
clean.
ass.
No, because, like, your shit, like, urinals are not designed for fucking shit to like flow down them. It would block the whole thing and require more cleaning.
Yeah, but we talk about the.
Nah,
Oh,
you just mash it up. You just.
Nah.
No, but I've got another question. Did this guy go into with just a shirt and trousers? Because if he was wearing a hoodie or fleece, you could just wrap that around the shit stain
Yeah.
and acted normal. Or, honestly, what would have probably been better, instead of just take the shirt off and wrap it around? Because then you can just beeline it out, but nobody's going to think it's weird outside of the shirtless man in a shopping centre.
They'll be more occupied on the shirtless nature.
Yeah, then
instead
your
of the shit.
shit's covered under your...
Yeah. Crazy story.
Yeah,
Very
no.
good story.
Dramatic.
So when
I do appreciate now, and this story reinforces it, that, like he said, anyone can shit themselves. Anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think...
Even Jeff Bezos.
If you feel that rumble in your stomach, it's coming. You
Yeah.
can't stop it. You have to. All your attention at that time needs to be diverted to preparing for that shit. So if you're out in a car, it's either shopping centre, toilets, or a bush.
Like, you know, you say it can affect like anyone. Do you think like Kim Kardashian shit herself?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But the thing with her is that, like, after her BBL, it's like a storage space. It's like a nappy that's forever on. So she can just shit and...
She just walk around shit. That's how she's so
Yeah.
fucking...
It's like a bulletproof vest. The shit's being sucked in. It's not as much of it
it's
isn't
not being released. So
Yeah.
then when she finally has the time, she sits down, spreads the cheeks, and it will just drop straight down.
Right, we've got one more, right?
Okay.
Fucking hell. It's for James. From Dante Cazador. Hey, Jar. I was driving to work and a car drove past and made me think of James.
Why?
It was an electric blue Honda Civic with a bod mod lowered to the ground, custom rims, a rear wing the size of an F1 car, and the best part was the number plate. It simply read anime. Thoughts?
It sounds like a waste Honda that's probably running a D16 that's just waste to hell. I like the number plate. I would put anime... I'm going to put anime on my car. And I would happily have the anime number plate because it's just funny.
It's pretty funny. You just have the word anime.
Anime, yeah. But here we have to have numbers. So it's like... You've got to make...
And one me.
And one me.
And one me?
I don't think you'd be able to get that. It'd have to be...
All right.
What would it have to be?
GT8R.
Gator.
Gatorade.
Yeah.
Well, drink up that last sip of Gatorade and
Fuck off.
yeah, fuck off, I
To be
guess.
quite frank.
Get out of here.
Don't shit yourselves on the way.
No, shit yourself and then send in your funny stuff.
We actually want to know your diarrhea shit explosion stories.
Of course we do.
We are...
With the number one shit podcast.